Hey everyone, it's Daniel with the Trading Hawk, and in this video I'm actually going to go over something a little bit more special. I'm starting off all of my charts naked, and I'm going to work backwards and show you guys how I can find accurate support and resistance zones, which I can then go into the market and use to trade off of. So, first of all, we already knew that resistance was going to be 37 to 42. I explained this in the prior video. So, before we even look at this day, that we had the big sell-off off the news and all that crazy stuff that happened on Friday. If we can hide this day, then we'll work from the top. So coming into the market on Friday, we knew that we were in the balance zone between 2900 to 2939, and we knew that there was no real or any clear direction of on which way the market was going to go, because essentially we're just in a 40-point balance the past week. So we have no idea what's going to happen. All we can do at this point in time is just find zones and mark them off and play off of them until the market goes directional, and then we can get long or short in the direction of the market trend. So coming into Friday, I'd already done my analysis the night before, but for this video, let's just make it so as if we haven't done any analysis yet. So coming into Friday, let's just imagine that this day hasn't happened yet, and we're just looking at the most recent balance in the profile. So what I look for is the nuances and where are the inflection points. So if I just open these up, so now we have the profile for this balance week opened up, and now I'm looking for areas in which we had trouble breaking or had trouble breaking back above. So essentially I'm looking for areas that that hold on dips, and areas that once we snap those dips that it had some trouble breaking back above it. And if we look at the profile, just based off what I see right now, we can see that it's 50, hold, hold, hold. Also, if you have no idea what this is, I'm sorry if I'm saying this kind of late, but this is called market profile. This is a time price opportunity chart. This is called TPO. Every one of these bars represents 30 minutes worth of trade, and this is the volume traded for each of those prices, and it shows the high volume, low volume. And the pink line going through these bars is called the point of control. This is also called the fair value. This is the price in which we spent the most time trading at for that session. So this is considered the price that the buyers and sellers both we're happy to do business at. So that's why it's called the point of control, or otherwise known as fair value. And I can go on about market profile for hours and hours and hours. This is going to be another video for a different time. But for today, we're going to go over how I find the zones. Okay, so just off the bat, I can see that 15 held once, held twice, held 3 times. 4, when it snapped, 15 through 17. When it came back up, it failed, and then it pushed back through. It held, it held, it held, snapped again, failed. Next day, failed, failed, pushed through, held, 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 held. Next day, held, snapped, failed to go back above, failed, pushed through, held, 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 held. So seeing all this, that's obviously a very clear inflection point, and we can come to the conclusion that if the market is above it, the dips will hold, and if the market is below it, the first push or second push back up into it will reject. So seeing this, I can draw my support zone. You want to start from 14.5, a bit below. And we're going to draw it to the Thursday inflection point, which is about 18.5. So now we have our first zone. It's 14.25 through 18.75. So now I go into my notepad, and I type in 2914.25, 2918.75, support, normal. Save this file, and then I have a custom built script for Thinkorswim. And what I can do is I can drag this in. Oh, 1 second, sorry. I can drag this in, copy this script, paste this into toss, make a new script. Apply, boom, and there you have it. There's your first support zone. And this stays forever on the chart. It goes back extended all the way through. And this I provide to the members daily, every single day, before the market open with the updated zone. So going back into the video, let's continue finding more zones. So this is going to be our first support zone. This is not very aggressive, but this is a support zone that if you do come back down into it with positive internals and positive breadth, and we're not looking too weak, this would be a level that I would go long at. And for the next zone, you can see that. Close these back up, make it more clean again. Let's go into the Globex separated charts, and we have for the next inflection point, we're going to have this M low from the Tuesday session, the C low from the Thursday session, the Globex low on Thursday. You also have this coinciding with the Globex low on the breakout day that we had from 28.94, and this is a level that we came back down 1, 2, 3, 4, and over here as well. We were peeking out above it once we snapped it, and then peak, 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 and then slammed through, held. So this is also an inflection point that we're looking to go long at if the market comes back down into it, expecting a bounce. So we draw the rectangle again, 2900. To 29.004, just about. We can actually put up to this D low at 29.05.75. Yeah. So let me go back into the notepad and I add this again. I say 2900, 29.05.75 support, and this is going to be the aggressive support, because if you look at the profile, this is going to be the last chance for buyers. If we snap that, that means that we're going to be breaking below the balance zone. It's going to be a balance breakdown, and that puts the direction into bearish territory. So even though if we do snap this 2900, we don't want to be looking for longs. We want to be looking for shorts off pops back up into this zone. We still have to identify support zones below for areas that we can cover the shorts at, or maybe even scalp longs off of. So going back into the profile, our next support zone below 2900 is going to be this D high, C high, I high, H high, M excess value area high from this top of the distribution, and the Globex low where we launched and moved up directionally. So we have this zone as support 2892 to 2894. So I mark this off as well. 2892, 2894 support, normal. Save that. And going back down, if the zone snaps, we're looking for more inflection points, and now it gets a bit tricky because now this is just going to be a straight push up. So now I go into the weekly TPO, and we can see that. And now I'm looking at the volume. So our support zone that we just put down was at 92, which is right above the POC from the prior week. So this is close enough that we don't need to add a new zone at 87 to 89. It's just not going to, if 92 goes, it's likely that this goes too, just because of how close it is. So now I'm looking for an area in which business was declined last time on the sell side. So you can just see that the volume gets low, right below 70. So now I know that if you do come back down into 71 or 72 in this zone, so now I'm looking at the week before this week, and you can see that we're starting to get into some heavy volume. So you can expect some people to be trapped short now at these prices, and if we declined the sell side here the next week, then you know that people at this point who are short are very scared and they're biting their nails. So any pushback down into this area, we know that the shorts are going to cover likely for break even, because psychologically, if you're on a losing position, you don't really care for profit anymore if it's going against you heavily. all you want to do is get out for break even. And if we rejected these prices last time, the next time we come back into it, you're going to get out for break even. So we can mark off the start of the high volume from 70, which was also the low volume for the prior week, up into 76. So this is going to be a 6-point range, 6-point zone. So I go back in here, type in 2876, 2870, support, normal. This back in, copy this, make a new task study. And save this. And now you can start to see the picture. Now you can start to see the overall picture, and you can just see the zones visually, and you can see how this can help you in your trading, because the first time you come back into the zone, it's very high odds that we're going to have some type of reaction. So, and also the strong zone that we mentioned at 2900 to 2905.75, that we said was if we break that area, that's going to be a balanced breakdown from this trading week. And it never fails to amaze me how well the zones hold, even when there's big sell-side news like Friday. I mean, the zones, like if you just look, the first time into the 18 zone, we got just about 6 points out that. And then the first time back into the 06, we got just about 15 points off that. And then the first time back into the 90 zone, we got about 10 points off that. And obviously you want to have like 1 point of leeway around the zone, but you can just see that the next time into the first time into the 70 zone, it gave about 15 points off that too. So my income, all of my money comes from trading the S&P futures, so I'm able to provide this service at a very affordable price point where I don't have to suck your bank account like some of these guys. Like I've seen guys who charge up to $1,000 a month for some services, and they offer nothing, no value. I'm able to give all of this value to you guys at a very affordable price point because, like I said, all of my money comes from trading, not providing a service. So that's why I'm able to teach you guys without having to drain your account, because I don't have to take your money. You know, like I can, if I wanted to, I can do this for free and be fine. But obviously, like my time is worth something. If I'm going to be mentoring you, teaching you, giving you analysis plans and webinars, I'm going to be losing trade opportunities, and the room actually makes up for what I've lost. Obviously, it's nothing. I'm going to lose a lot of money with this service, but I think I will receive the good karma back to me. I've had a mentor who taught me the way, and now I'm giving back to others. I just think it's good karma. So that's why I'm doing this. If you guys want to join the room, I'll have the link available on my Twitter account on Monday, twitter.com/thetradinghawk. If you want to join, and leave this video a like if you found this helpful, and I'll see you all come Monday. And obviously this is a very fast YouTube video that I'm making just to show you guys a brief overview of how I get my zones. I mean, I spend a lot more time than this finding the zones, and then I go back and double check them to make sure that they're accurate to the tick. And you can see once the zones snap, they also act as resistance, like resistance, broke through support once again, and then once it snaps again on Trump being crazy, the first time back into the next zone, we got just about 10 points off that. And obviously sometimes they don't hold to the exact tick. It's a zone. It's never going to be boom every single time, zone to zone perfectly to tick. It's going to be, sometimes it might smack through by a few ticks for a point, which is why you want to have some leeway, like 1 point, a point and a half of leeway, and have your stop a bit behind the zone, and then you can really maximize your the odds and have the reward to risk in your favor. And you can also see that once we snap the 2900 level that we saw as the balanced breakdown zone, you could have flipped short, knowing where this zone came from for the big picture washout, and then flip long back into the 2890s support zone, which would then act as resistance. So we're pretty much going zone to zone. And if this helps you, you can check out the live trading room that I'm going to be opening up on Monday to the public. For now, it's private, and you can see exactly in real time how we're able to take advantage and trade these rooms with the internals and the order flow, and how we're able to put the odds in our favor, and how we pretty much haven't had a red week in the room since February, about 6 months ago. I mean, it's just insane. In the room, I'm going to be offering, first of all, in the pre-market, a pre-market analysis with the zones file that I update every single night, real-time market analysis, my live trading calls, mentorship, Q&A webinars, and post-market analysis, and also one-on-one training as well, which all of this is going to be at a very affordable price point because I want to give back to the community. I want to receive good karma because I really do believe in good karma, and I don't want to hold all of this information to myself. I know that this can change people's lives, so I want to be able to help some people, and hopefully they can give back as well once my time is up. And even if you're not trading futures and you're on the equities, even if you're on the stocks like the FANGs or the big caps, like they move with the market. So how are you supposed to get long, say above a high, when we're at resistance? Or how are you supposed to get short anticipating a breakdown when we're at support? Like, these are zones that you have to have on your charts if you want to trade with precision and accuracy. If you're not using either my zones or your own zones, if you're just trading blind, then you're really at a big disadvantage, because then you might be getting short somewhere over here expecting a breakdown, but then you have somebody like me who has this very accurate and precise zone that came from a very mechanical and accurate level from the past that should hold again the first or second time back down, and I'm going to be fading your shorts. I'm going to be winning and you're going to be losing. So if you don't have these zones, you're really at a big disadvantage, just because it makes you it's like a blind man who finally sees the light. Like, I just can't stress enough. I've seen people trade without any zones on their charts, and they just go crazy. I've seen them go short, go long at the highs. Like, it's just insane to me. Like, that's not proper trading. That's just gambling. You must be able to put the odds in your favor, the reward to risk in your favor, and that's really the only two things you need to trade profitably. Without those two things, everything else, like, nothing else matters. Nothing. Psychology, this, that, nothing matters. But if you don't have the proper systematic approach to the market, nothing. You can read a million books and nothing will matter if you don't have a proper approach to trading the market. Your system can say go short here, go long there, but if it's not a real level, if it's just based off some squiggly lines, that has no meaning. There's no merit there. These zones come from real levels that real big boys and people are looking to buy and sell from. These are real supply and demand zones, real inflection points in the market that the market will react at. So if you are not using these zones, you're really just giving yourself a hard time. I'd recommend checking out the room. It's pretty much risk-free. The cost is very, very affordable. I'm able to make the room at the pricing that it is because I make my money from trading the S&P futures, not from providing a service. I'm just doing this because I believe in good karma. I had a mentor who taught me everything, and I'm giving back, and I really do believe in good karma, and I really want to be able to give this out to the public because I've been holding this in for years, but I finally come to a point where I'm okay sharing this because I'm already set. I don't have to trade anymore. I can do whatever I want now, but I want to be able for others to be able to experience the same type of quality of life that I have right now, that I've been able to acquire by trading the S&P futures. So if you want to join the room, just send me a DM on Twitter. I'll have you locked in for Monday. I give my pre-market analysis, real live calls, real-time market analysis, a post-market analysis, and also a daily webinars and a private Q&A session. That's all there in the room with the subscription. The price is really phenomenal. You will never find any pricing like this anywhere else. I guarantee you that for the level of service that you're getting. If I saw this myself 10 years ago, I would jump on this immediately, and I would just really fast forward the learning curve and save myself years and hundreds of thousands of dollars. It doesn't make any sense not to join. It doesn't make any sense to ignore this.